Luke held his breath as he turned the key in the ignition of his ailing Subaru. He assumed his years of steadfast atheism disqualified him for miracles, but he closed his eyes in silent prayer just in case. The response was not encouraging. A click, then an echoing silence. The gods had spoken. Or not. He'd ignored the warning signs for weeks, hoping he could coax the car through until his summer break. Tapping his thumbs on the steering wheel, he considered the irony. He needed the car to get to work so that he could pay to fix the car so that he could get to work. The circularity of it, like the cycle of life and death and taxes, would have amused him if he wasn't running late. He gazed out at the concrete car park fronting his block of flats, searching for inspiration. His shoebox home was on the second floor of an ugly orange brick cube, a remnant of brutal 60s design wedged into a back street of St. Kilda that the tentacles of gentrification had yet to reach. No inspiration was to be found. He tried the ignition again. The engine spluttered to life and his shoulders dropped with relief. Perhaps the gods were listening after all. 15 minutes later, he reached his destination, a leafy street in Brighton, a few blocks from the beach. He peered over the steering wheel at the house number, then checked his phone to be sure he had the right address. Most of his work was in group homes, not private residences. Clients like this, the exclusive suburb and majestic neo-Georgian house suggested a level of comfortable wealth, usually had permanent arrangements in place. Calling for respite was a measure of their desperation. With his backpack slung over his shoulder, he pressed a buzzer on a gate set into a head-high wrought iron fence and smiled into the fisheye lens of the video intercom, noting the impressive security. The box crackled to life a moment later. Yes, a male voice clipped with impatience. Luke's introduction was met with a long silence. "You're late," he frowned. By his reckoning, he was 30 seconds early. "My car, I expected a woman." "You can call me Lucy if you like." Another pause. Luke winced as his attempt at humor fell flat. "Do you have ID? Are you qualified?" Luke held his work ID in front of the camera. The logo read Bayside Community Services Agency. Underneath, Luke Harris, Disability Support Worker. The overexposed mugshot on the card made him look like a serial killer. The gate clicked open and he stepped into a formal front garden. Manicured rectangles of lawn flanked a path lined by rose bushes, shaded by graceful silver birches. An imposing door of dark wood and leaded glass opened before he reached it. A man in his 50s stood in the doorway. His suit was worth more than Luke's car, but it was a waste of expensive tailoring. The man's frame was so gaunt the suit might as well have been hanging from a coat hanger. Short grey hair topped a bony face, the hollow cheeks framing a hawkish nose, with the pasty skin of a life lived indoors. His pale eyes fixed on Luke in silent scrutiny for far longer than necessary. "Right, I'm Jonathan Wiley. Phil's my son." He threw his next words over his shoulder as he turned. "Come on then,